Hey everyone, how y'all doing? Well, I found some pages that will show 9/11 that we can remember. So these are the photos that shows that day of 9/11. The rare historical photos of 9/11 terrorist attack, the day that America changed in 2001. Um, and I figure go through some that we haven't seen from back then. So showing the two twin towers here. In the early morning of September 11th, 2001, the United States seemed to be just about the safest place to live. The nation had been attacked on its own soil since bombing of Pearl Harbor 6 decades ago. Before, war seemed like something that happened somewhere else. Perhaps that more than anything is what made the mass terror attack of that day so shocking. The 9/11 attack on the World Trade Center in the Pentagon was unpredictable in on the scale of disaster, destruction, and immediately of the visual impact. Americans had heard or read about other historical disasters, but this was the first to be witnessed by hundreds of millions of citizens as it occurred. Impact on society and drama and long lasting. A lot of us seen some news articles and reporting live from different areas in New York City area. The distant view of burning the two towers from Brooklyn. And then you have the first plane to hit its target was American Airlines Flight 11. It flew into the North Tower of the World Trade Center complex in the lower Manhattan, 8:46 a.m. Within minutes, live televised image of the burning skyscraper was breaking into this morning's news. Many believe it was an accident, but 17 minutes later at 9:03 a.m., that's the second plane me and my ex-wife saw it down Indianapolis. World Trade Center South Tower was hit by United Airlines Flight 175. As the third plane hit the Pentagon, the headquarters of the United States Armed Forces outside Washington, D.C., and the fourth plane crashed in Pennsylvania, flew by. This could be anything but attack on the United States. New York gathered the streets and watched the World Trade Center going up in flames. In the World Trade Center, people are trapped on floors above the impact zone, unable to escape through the damaged stairways. Some scramble towards the roof, hoping for rescue from above, only to find the way is blocked. Some return to their desk and they call home. They said goodbye before the floors collapse beneath them as the South Tower, and then the North Tower fell, turning thousands in moments into dust. A lot of debris, a lot of paper from offices falling down to the ground after everything was done, from cover of dust, insulation. The fourth and final flight, United Airlines Flight 93, crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, southeast of Pittsburgh. At 10:03 a.m., after the passenger fought the four hijackers, the Flight 93 target is believed to have been either the Capitol building or the White House. Now, Flight 93 cockpit voice recorder revealed crews and passengers tried to seize control of the plane from the hijacker after learning through the phones that Flight 1177 and 175 had been crashed into the buildings that morning. What became evidence that the passengers might gain control of the hijackers roll the plane in an intentional crash. The attacks are the deadliest terrorist attack in the world history, causing the death of 2,996 people, including the hijackers, and injured more than 6,000 others. The death toll included 265 on 4 planes, from which there were no survivors. 2,606 in the World Trade Center and surrounding areas, 125 at the Pentagon. Most who died were citizens. The rest included 343 firefighters, 72 law enforcement officers, 55 military personnel, and 19 terrorists. Remains of 6, 7, and 1 World Trade Center on September 17th. At least 200 people fell or jumped to their deaths from the burning tower. Identify in the photograph of the falling men laying on the street in rooftops of adjacent buildings hundreds of feet below. After New York and New Jersey lost the most state citizens, more than 90 countries lost citizens in their attack. For example, 67 Britain who died were more than in any other terrorist attack anywhere. The devastation of the World Trade Center and nearby infrastructure seriously harmed the economy of New York City and the current global recession. Many countries strengthen their anti-terrorism legislation and expand the power of the law enforcement intelligence agency to prevent terrorist attacks. Mike Scott from California Task Force 8 and his dog Billy searched through World Trade Center rubble for living or dead victims from 9/11. United States and Canadian citizens' airspace were closed until September 13th, while Wall Street trading was closed until September 17th. Many closing, evacuation, and cancellation followed out of respect of fear of further attacks. Cleanup of World Trade Center site took 8 months and was completed by May 2022, while the Pentagon was repaired within a year. In the immediate aftermath of the attacks, suspicions quickly fell onto Al-Qaeda. The United States government under the George W. Bush administration formally responded by launching the war and invading Afghanistan, deposed the Taliban, which had not complied with the United States' demands. Expelled Al-Qaeda from Afghanistan, extradite Al-Qaeda leaders, Osama bin Laden. Bin Laden fled the White Mountains, where he came under attack by United States-led forces, but managed to escape. There's the Pentagon. The collapsed section of the Pentagon. Although bin Laden initially denied any involvement, by 2004, he formally claimed responsibility for the attacks. Al-Qaeda and bin Laden cite the United States' support of Israel. The pressure of the United States, Saudi Arabia, and sanctions against Iraq as motive. After being captured for almost a decade, bin Laden was located in a hideout in Pakistan and subsequently killed by United States military on May 2nd, 2011. Horrified onlookers shared disbelief at the World Trade Center inferno as smoke and ash fill the air. A firefighter emerging from the debris-filled smoke that was once the World Trade Center. Firefighter calls for more rescue workers to make their way into the rubble. New York firefighter gazed at the rubble of one of the towers just after collapse. Member United States Coast Guard watched the towers in the wake of the attack. There's the falling man to his death from World Trade Center. Many people choose to jump instead of facing the fire within. It took the 110th floor Twin Towers 102 minutes to collapse from the resulting structure damage. The devastation of 9/11 attack. Dust, asbestos, dirt from collapsing from the towers. Saw people diving in the. All these news people saw a lot of different people come out underneath ambulances. They thought they would have been safe. You saw a lot of wreckage of the fire department engines. So more people, another person. Firefighters remembering breakdown after the World Trade Center building collapse. The wreckage of 9/11 attack. This is when the moment President Bush was informed 9/11 terrorist attack, 2001. Man holds a sign with his blood type while in line to donate blood in downtown New York. And this is the aftermath of all the fire department engines were destroyed. Who are going to help. They couldn't do any more with their fire trucks anymore. That's look how much disaster that has done. Collapse on fire trucks. We will never know when will be the next attack. They're waiting to attack the United States again one day. And there's a fragment of Flight 93 fuselage airplane right there. Aerial view of the Pentagon. From outer space. Satellite view from New York City, September 12th. Photograph enhanced thermal map plus. There's that one. Hey Mustang, Louise, how you doing? Let me show some more here. There's this one. Here are September 11th images we'll never forget. 30 photos. Never forget that the theme of the emotional 9/11 image gallery when the world changed in September 11th, 2001 at 8:46 a.m. Flight 93 crashed into the floors of 93 through 94 of the World Trade Center. North Tower at 9:03. Flight 175 crashed in floors 77 through 85 in the South Tower. At 9:37 a.m., Flight 77 crashed in the western side of the Pentagon, killing 64 people aboard. At 10:03 a.m., Flight 93 crashed in a field in Somerset County, Pennsylvania, killing 44 on board. Through 30 9/11 images, the pictures we learned more about that fatal day. Pause to remember those lost who lost their lives. September 11th image. We'll never forget. South Tower. Hijacked United Flight 175 from Boston crashed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center and explode at 9:03 on September 11th in New York City. Smoke pours out from the Twin Towers after they were hit. 2 hijacker airlines. We saw that one. I already showed that one. Firefighter breaks down after World Trade Center building collapse. Looking at the smoke at the 2 planes that hit the Twin Towers. His former chief of staff, Andy Card, telling the President of the United States to give the word that the plane crashes into the World Trade during the visit of Emma E. Burker Elementary School, Sarasota, Florida. Pentagon. Smoke comes out on the southwest ring Irwin on the Pentagon building after the plane crashed into the building and set off a huge explosion. Military helicopter flies in front of the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, at impact site where the hijacker airline crashed into the building. Smoke's still coming out. Firefighter from all that dust and asbestos and all the paperwork. You see all the paperwork that somebody was working in those offices up in those 2 Twin Towers. Unidentified New York City firefighter walks away from ground zero after the collapse of the 2 Twin Towers. All that paper all over the ground. People walk away from the area where the Twin Tower Center building collapsed. Photo of the Pentagon. Another photo right there. Scene from the Twin Tower. Firemen at the scene. Look, all that dust. People were running away from all that dust when the Twin Towers fell and collapsed. People walking on the Washington Bridge and Brooklyn Bridge area. Near the area. Look at all that. That just came all from those buildings that collapsed. View from another area. North Tower where the Twin Towers collapsed. Crowd. Summer scene of people. Survivor sits outside the World Trade Center after 2 planes hit the building on September 11, 2001. Sears scenes from the Pentagon. Official exam of a crater at the crash site of United Flight 93 in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Always passed that area when I was coming home from my brother's place in Pennsylvania. Always took that route. Hijacked plane slams into the Pentagon. Military servicemen salute as the fire and rescue workers unfurl the huge American flag on September 13th over the Pentagon in Arlington. Ground Zero. Citizens flee as the tower of the Twin Towers collapsed September 11th. World Trade hit. George W. Bush visiting 9/11 Pentagon with Donald Rumsfeld surveys the damage from the Pentagon on September 12th. The shadows of 9/11 still looms over Shanksville. Over 25,000 items of mobile memory site along the fence at the Flight 93 memorial site. Tribute. Lights up where the Lower Manhattan near One World Tower Center, September 11th, 2018. So, there you go. I'm doing good. Doing good. So, hey, thanks for all coming. I appreciate it. Louisa Mustang. So another reminder, we always will remember Pearl Harbor and any other disasters the United States has endured. This would be the second Pearl Harbor attack at that time. I appreciate you coming, and you have a nice day. Talk to you later. Bye now.